Hi guys, Dustin Thickman here again. Just wanted to go ahead and show you how to start blogging on your new website, because I know you're excited. It's pretty cool to get your own blog up, your own website up, and get it ready to start making money. So first things first, you might notice in the link above this video it actually says a little note about the marketer plugin. I love the marketer plugin. I've told you about that in the video above, but what I didn't mention, what I forgot to mention, was the fact that the marketer plugin actually needs its own theme to work correctly. So you can't actually have a blogging theme and a marketer theme on the same WordPress site. So the way I have it set up is I have one site that I just use with the marketing plugin. I use it for like a sales funnel that I set up using the marketer plugin, and then I have my other website, which is my blog. So just so you know, I don't want anybody to get confused or get turned around, especially since you're probably new to WordPress. So yeah, this is actually the website I have the marketer theme installed on. So yeah, if you go to let's see, appearance and themes, so you'll see I have the marketer blank theme on here, and you get this whenever you get the plugin. When you buy the plugin by clicking that link above this video, you'll actually get access to the theme. They'll give you that to install. Now you can go back and forth between the regular themes and the marketer plugin theme, but you need the blank theme installed so that you can drag around images and set up sales pages and opt in or capture pages with this theme. So I mean, it's really cool, and I recommend that you get a site and use this on. However, you cannot use the marketer plugin and a blog theme on the same website. So you have to have two different websites. So yeah, if you want to have like just a page that's like for just a domain, like www.makemoneyonline.com or whatever, and you have a funnel set up there where you're actually trying to sell something specifically and you don't want to blog or anything, that's the place to use this. So I just wanted to clear that up, guys, make sure that you understand. And so you see I have this site, but also wanted to let you know too, the lead rocket plugin that I talked about above. I didn't really show you what that looked like, so let me show you. This is another website that I have, and wanted to show you. This is an example of a lead rocket plugin capture page where it asks for people's email. So this is the kind of stuff that you can customize with lead rocket. It's actually very, very cool. So you can customize your logo image right here. You can customize your headline, the background video. This background video actually comes with the plugin. They give you a set of high quality backgrounds. So it's a really slick background. It's a really slick opt-in box. So it looks really cool, and the plugin itself is really not really that expensive. So you might want to go this route and use the Lead Rocket Pro if you want to integrate it with your blogging site and not have to buy two different, or not have to get two different sites and set two different sites up on HostGator. To keep things simple, you might just want to use Lead Rocket, as much as I love the marketer plugin. So yeah, wanted to make sure that's clear, guys. I want you to understand everything, trying to not overwhelm you. That's the point. Don't want to overwhelm you. So, but it's very cool. That's the way that works. Okay, so anyway, the point of this video is actually to show you how to blog. So I'm gonna go to sign into this site that I actually have my blog set up on. So just like I told you in the other video, you go to your website /wp/admin, and let's see. Okay, so cool beans. Here we go. So what you want to pay attention to, the first thing you want to do is, if you're starting to blog, you want to go to this post button on the left here. In the post button, it actually has a place where you can look at your previous blog post, you can add new, you can add categories, all this stuff. But I want to keep this really simple, guys. So we're just going to go straight to add new. This is how you add your first blog post. And yeah, so you can see down here I have Lead Rocket Pro installed, so I can do my pages here too. So, but anyway, you're just going to do, this is where your headline goes. So I'm just going to do test headline. Put that there. Let's make this a little bit more realistic example. Let's say I'm gonna do an article about YouTube marketing. So how to get traffic from YouTube, which you guys will actually learn in a couple videos. I think in next lesson or two. So here we go. So how to get traffic from YouTube. You can actually change what your link looks like on your website. So the permalink right here, this is how it's sectioned off. So it's in the marketing category. You can look at your categories over here, but it automatically defaults to a certain category, and I have it default into the marketing category. And then it shows your link, which is what, where your blog post is. So in this case, I would put something like YouTube marketing. If you want to space it out with 2 words, you can actually put a hyphen in between. Makes it look pretty. And it spaces it out. So you can't have spaces in permalinks. You have to have it. You have to have something in there. So then you would get begin to type your blog post. Maybe it's like the top 10 ways to optimize your YouTube video. I'm going to show you a couple quick things, guys, while we're in here, since we're just talking basics on blogs. This little button right here, it changes the format of your words. So a heading obviously is going to be something bigger and over the top of your words. So if you choose heading 1, makes it really big. So if I want to do something like that, I could. And then as I start to go down underneath, I hit enter, it starts a new paragraph. So I could do something like the first thing you need to know is how to set up on-page SEO for YouTube. So what I could do is I could do top 10s, and if you look up here, this is pretty standard stuff if you've ever used Microsoft Word or something similar. It's called What You See Is What You Get. It's a visual editor. Everything is, pretty much what you see is what you get. So you can do bullets, you can do numbering, obviously it's very, very simple. And then if you want to do like a link to something, you could say something like click here to get my YouTube course. You can put some arrows on it or something, do something like that. And in order to link back to a website, you would highlight it, and then you would hit this little button right here that looks like a chain link. So because this is how you add links to text. So you'd click that, then you put in whatever website you wanted to go to. So just for the sake of the example, Mr. Too Blessed to be stressed.com. So that's your URL. So that's where your link directs to. The title is actually what shows up when you hover over the link. So it would be something like click here now and buy. A little bit of a call to action there. Click here now and buy. So in this little button right here, it's pretty important. It's open link in a new tab or window. So when you're getting people to your blog post and they're reading your stuff, whenever they click an outside link, I think it's always a good idea to have it open in a new window, because you're sending them somewhere else. You want your blog post to stay behind their, on a separate tab or window, so when they come back to you, you're still there. They can continue reading your post or whatever. So I recommend that when you link to an outside website, that you click open link in new tab, so that it keeps your stuff up. And I'll show you in a second how that works out. So we just hit add link. And so there's my link. If you hover over it, that's what it'll say when they hover over the link. It'll say click here now and buy, just like we wanted it to. All right. And let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, just a couple more things, guys. If you go to, let's see, where is it at? Here we go. So add media. If you want to add pictures, you can do that. So you go to add media, and you can actually go and hit select and upload stuff from your computer, or you can also go to your media library of stuff you've already uploaded. So I'm just going to throw up got a lot of crazy videos on here. I mean, crazy pictures on here. Oh, it looks the free money button. Okay. Anyway, so I'm just gonna you click whatever picture you want to. Whoa, sorry, that was weird. You click whatever picture you want to throw in there, and then you go down here and it says insert into post. So you just hit insert into post. Give it a second, and there it is. So from here you can actually do a lot of stuff with your pictures. Once you put it in there, you can go to here and hit edit image. And it gives you a title. Again, the title on here is just like the title on the link I just told you about. It's whenever they hover over, it's what the text shows up. So for this one, it'd be something like, like I could say something like "check out my family," because that's what would appear when I hit save. I'm just say "check out my family." So if I want to do that again, click that little button again to edit. And you see right here it says link URL. So currently whenever you add a picture, it automatically links to the picture file. So it'll be like, you click on it, it'll actually go to the, let's see if I can show you. It'll go to the picture. So that picture, that's where it would go to if you clicked it, and that's where most people leave it at. But let's say it was a button, you wanted to put in a picture of a button, or you wanted this to link to, this is what I do a lot, guys. I use my picture for my signature, and I'll put the title, what they see as, click here to work with me. So I do that, and then I will just put a link to a page that has people join me in my business, or either link to a page where I explain my business or something like that. So that's where you put down here. And for the sake of just showing you, let's see. This is what I'm going to show you. So this would be an example of a page. This actually isn't complete yet. So if you're seeing this now, this might change. But anyway, so I put something like that, work with me, update. And so whenever they click that page, it'll go to my work with me page on Mr. Too Blessed to Be Stressed. So that's how that works. So we're going to talk a little bit more about optimizing your post so that Google picks it up easy a little bit later. But for now, this is the basics of blogging. If you want to get on here and kind of play around, you can do that. Play with your formatting, make it look cool. Go ahead and do that. And before you post it, you can actually make categories. Over to the right side over here, I don't know if you can see this because I know it's kind of cut off, but you can add new categories, and you basically want to make it about what you're writing about. So I'm going to put a category of video marketing for this post. Video marketing or internet marketing help or something along those lines. We also have tags down here on the right. I'm not sure if you can see these, but you can also add tags, and you can put tags such as YouTube video marketing, how to do YouTube marketing, things like that, just things that relate to your post. And then there's a button all the way over to the right. I'm not sure if you can see it because I know my screen's kind of cut off right now on the right. I was trying to show it to you, but there is a blue button over here to the right. It says publish. So you hit publish, and once you hit publish, it will go to, wow, that's really big, sorry about that. Once you hit publish, at the top it will actually say view page. So we're going to go to that real quick. I'm sorry, view post. So you can click on that. And there it is. So that's what I just did. If I want to change something, I could go ahead, edit page, and go back to it. This is here. I told you it's going to link back to my work with me video, just like we wanted it to. And that's really it, guys. That's pretty much the basics to blogging. The only other thing that I want to show you real quick is that, here, let me fix my screen size. I was trying to show you the post button or the publish button. The only other thing that I want to show you is the difference between a page and a post. So on my, let's go back here. On my main site, you can see my blog post. This is what it looks like. So the first post, I gotta get rid of that, the test post. The post that you do goes on top first. It automatically pops to the top. And the rest of your posts will be pushed down to the bottom. As you make new posts, more and more will go down. And you know, if you go far enough down, you'll eventually see either all your posts, or there'll be like some numbers down here that'll actually say, you know, go back 2 pages, 3 pages. I think all of mine are set to go on the same page, which I need to fix. So that's how it'll look. So those are blog posts. They constantly get updated to your front page, which is nice because it's always fresh content on your front page. Now, what I wanted to show you was what it looks like. Okay, so we also have, if you go to pages, see, pages are basically, the screen's going to look the same as adding a blog post. You're going to have all the same options as far as, you know, adding links and you know, making things bigger and changing the sizes of fonts and colors and all that stuff. By the way, this is where you change font color right here. You can underline, like I said, this is pretty much the same as like Microsoft Word or something if you're familiar with that. So pages are pretty much the same. You can add titles, and once you add a title, just to show you, for example, it'll add a permalink. You can change the permalink to whatever you want the website address to be. You know, it could be Dustin whatever, and you know, / about me. You could do about me page, work with me page. Basically, pages are static pages. So blog posts obviously can change. They can get bumped down, but static pages always stay in the same place, and they're made to be permanent parts of your website. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's pretty simple. They pretty much work exactly like a blog post page, but the fact that they're static and they don't appear on your front page unless you actually set them up that way. So, yeah, static pages, like I said, they're for about me pages. Let's see, actually, let me show you. They're for about me pages and work with me pages, capture pages. You could use a lead rocket page. I actually have this one. This is a lead rocket page. It could be, let's see, I actually don't have any menus set up right now except for home and who is Dustin Thickman. So who is Dustin Thickman set up right here? This is actually, let's see if this comes up. There we go. This is actually a static page. So it's kind of like an about me page where I talk about myself, you know, put my kids. I want this to be a permanent part of my page. So that's why I went to pages and used that. So that's pretty much it for blog posts and pages. I'm trying to think of anything else I want to show you today. Nope, that's pretty much it. In the next few posts, we're actually going to go over how to set up your autoresponder. And that's actually what you need to use to collect email addresses so that you can build a list. And building a list is one of the most important things you can do as a marketer. So please pay attention in the next video. This is stuff that you do not want to miss out when you first start. If you're not collecting email addresses when you start marketing, you are losing money. I promise you that. So yeah, go ahead and go to the next video and pay attention. Take care, guys.